Hello and welcome to step 8. So just under projects, select open, choose stage 8 and then open again. Within this stage we are going to import a site via DWG files. We are going to create a building pad and place site components such as trees. So let's get started. In your view cube in the top hand right, I would like you to pick the top left section of the cube, and at the very top at the ribbon I would like you to select the insert tab and then go to the import section, and I want to press the import CAD button. From here you should be able to navigate to the data sets that I've given you and go to additional files. We now want to isolate the ISO lines DWG, and before we press open I would like you to change colors to invert. Make sure that the positioning is auto origin to origin and that we're placing it at level 1. All layers should be shown under the layers and levels area, and the import units we're going to leave it as auto detect. From here we're going to press open. As you can see, our DWG ISO lines have come in, so if we just zoom out a little bit to see the whole thing. From here I want you to go up to the ribbon and select the massing and site tab. Then directly below that I want you to choose Topo Surface. Once you've done that I want you to go along to the right and select Create from Import. Then select Import Instance. I want you to go down to the model area and click once on the DWG that you've just imported. Once you've done that, you will now have the option to turn off particular layers in the DWG. What we're going to do is we're going to turn off the 0 layer and then press OK. Automatically you can see that our DWG has now become a 3D masked object with lots of different contours. To finish this, I want you to press the green tick. The next thing we want to do is delete the DWG that we've imported. So to do this, if you hover over the Topo Surface and press Tab once, you will notice that we have a blue rectangular square-ish kind of box. Once you find that, click on your mouse, unpin it, then press the delete key. Once you've deleted the DWG, I'd like you to select the Topo Surface so that the user interface turns green, and then under the properties palette you will see a little area that says materials and then by category. If you click the words by category at the far right, you'll see a little blue button appears and a new window will open, which is the material browser. In the top left of this window you will have a search option. In here I want you to type in grass and then return. Once you've done that, you will notice directly below it we have a material that says site grass. Select that and then press OK. If you then press in negative space, you will see that our Topo Surface has changed to green grass. The next stage we are going to add and subtract some points to this Topo Surface. So reselect the surface, and at the very top where the user interface is green, select Edit Surface. Once you've done that, if you zoom in a little bit, you will notice that you can select individual points. If I select this one, on the far right hand side on the properties it will tell me that the elevation is 1 meter. This is also available in the options bar underneath the user interface tab, which is currently green. Under interior points you also have it here too. If we select this and change this to 8.0 and then move back into our model space, you will notice that the point has moved up. Again, we can change this to -8.0 and it will actually create a small little ditch. We can also add points to the Topo surface. So at the very top of your user interface where the ribbon is, modify edit surface, you can select place point and you can select a height. So I'll make this 8.0 up here in the options bar. If I hover over my Topo surface and click, you will notice that I can create some hills. If I press escape twice, I will exit that command. The next thing we're going to do is flatten half of the site. So in your view cube, I would like you to press the top button, and then practically in the middle of the site, I want you to drag from left to right over pretty much half of the site. Once you've done that, we are going to go over to the elevation section within the properties palette and type 0.0 and then enter. If you rotate your view cube, you will notice half of our site has been flattened. The next thing I want you to do is click in negative space and then finish the sketch mode by pressing the green tick. The next thing we're going to do is add a road. So in your view cube on the top right hand side, select the top view, and under the massing and site tab, I would like you to select sub-region. As you will notice, our user interface has changed to a green. Now with the rectangle drawing tool, I want you to draw a rectangle slightly outside of the Topo surface from left to right, so from here all the way along to the other side, but slightly out of the Topo surface, and then click here. Once you've done that, I want you to press the green tick. If I rotate my view cube, press escape, you will notice that I have a brown road. Now, just like before, when we changed the Topo surface from brown to green, we're going to do exactly the same thing with the road. So we hover over a road, select it. Over in the properties palette where materials are, we select by category. A new window will open, and if you scroll down a little bit, you will see site Tamaka Dam. Press OK. To see the color changes, simply press in negative space. The next thing we're going to do is add a river with a bank. So under your massing and site tab, I want you to select split surface. Once you click that, I want you to highlight the Topo surface, and you will notice that the user interface will go green. I want you to go to the top of your view cube and press top. In the drawing tools, I want you to select the Spline tool. And just outside the Topo surface, on the left hand side, I want you to click once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and 6 times, and 7 times, making sure that you end outside of the Topo surface. To cancel the command, press escape. Once you've done that, if you press the green tick, our Topo surface has been split. If you were to press in negative space, you will see that the material is still grass. I want you to select the splitted element that we've created, and under the properties palette, change site grass under the materials to, if we type in water, we have 2 options. We have liquid and site water. We're going to choose site water and then press OK. And then if you press in negative space again, you will see that our river and its bank have changed colour. The next thing we're going to do is create a building pad for our building to sit on. So if you go to your view cube, select the top. Under massing and siting tab, select building pad, and you will notice the user interface has changed. I want you to select the rectangle drawing tool and pretty much draw from the left hand side about here on the road. Click once, drag down to about here and click again, and you will notice our temporary dimensions have arrived. I'm going to change the top temporary dimension to 9.0. Then press escape twice. Select the bottom pink line and change this to 25.0. Once I've done that, I'm going to press the green tick to finish the mode. Now with our view cube, if you press the bottom left corner, you will notice that our site has a building pad which the building can now sit on. The next thing we're going to do is add some trees. So under the Massing and Site tab, press the button Site Component. In the Properties palette, make sure that you currently have a tree. In fact, if you really want, you can choose any tree. I'm going to choose the Japanese maple. And if I hover over the site and click once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and 6 times, and then press escape twice, and if you rotate the model, you will notice that the trees have followed the height of the topo surface. As you can tell, my trees are a little bit small and weak, so to speak. To change these, I can simply select one, right click, select all instances in entire project, so all of them are highlighted. Go to the Properties palette and change it to a hawthorn 7.4 meters tall, and you will notice that all trees have updated. You can do individual trees by selecting them, going to the Properties palette and choosing Scarlet Oak 12.5 meters high. If I wanted to duplicate this scarlet tree, I can right click on it, I can hover down to create similar, and you will notice that the tree has been loaded, and I can place this anywhere on the site. Then I can press escape to finish the command. Now if I wanted to hide any of these trees, if I select one, then go down to our sunglasses and press hide category, all trees will disappear. And remember, because we're actually in this category of temporary hide isolate, our model area will have a blue outline. To reset this, go back to the sunglasses and press reset temporary hide isolate. So that concludes step 8. I'd like you to close your 3D window and do not save, as you may want to do this again.